What is up, guys? My name is Kyle and welcome back to Vanover Customs. Now, I am coming to you today from the future because in front of me are the parts for a brand new product that we invented, but we're not going to be talking about that in today's video. You'll be seeing more of that in a couple weeks. Instead, we're going to be zooming in on one component of that project and making a shaft with double keyways. I went ahead and made a drawing off camera so we can go ahead and get this shaft made. Let me bring you in closer and show you what we're working with. Here's a look at the drawing we just did. This shaft is overall pretty straightforward, but what will make it a little bit interesting is we have 6 keyways and 3 of them are 180 degrees out from the other. Now, they may not be required. However, I'm assuming there's going to be a massive amount of torque on this shaft, and so the best way to prevent from sort of rounding off a keyway from over torque is to do a second keyway 180 out. It'll make our life quite a bit harder, but hopefully should really increase the shear strength that's going to be on this shaft. Other than that, we have some holes in the end that we'll thread in and then have some washers to keep the wheels on, and a couple steps and shoulders and a spot for a snap ring to keep our sprocket on that shoulder. So we do have a piece of hydraulic rod that I had sitting around. It's long and oversized, so I'm going to get this cut down and then we'll meet you over the lathe. I don't want to buy any material for this. I'm just using something I had on stock, so that'll be nice and fun. 1.2 thousandths oversized, and we're still hot, so I'm gonna roll with that. When it's done, it'll maybe be 5/10 oversized when it cools down. Perfect. We got the part chucked up over here in the vise. We're getting ready to cut the keyways. We're gonna be doing 6 keyways, 2 3/8, 180 degrees apart, and then 4 5/16, 180 degrees apart. Cutting keyways is pretty simple, but the 180 apart makes it a little bit more challenging. I went ahead and got everything indicate and center found everything, and it's extremely close. It isn't perfect, but for each individual section, it'll be plenty good enough. So we're gonna start with the 3/8 keyway, and that's just this area from the snap ring groove over. We'll cut that, then we'll change, cut these, and then we'll make one rotation and finish everything out. All right, we got the 3 keyways cut on this side, and here's a little trick. Some of you guys are gonna know exactly what this is. For some of you guys, this will be brand new. So how do we flip this 180 degrees so we 100% know that it's 180 degrees? Well, there's a number of ways to do it, but I think the easiest way to do it is by using what I think is called a rosette. This is a rosette that I made. I think they sell these possibly. But anyway, it's square, right? You gotta make sure it's square, and it just has sizing in here for different shafts. So in this case, I used it just the other day. I had to do, oh yeah, earlier in the project, we were making 90-degree flats. So we put this on here, and in this case, we wanna preserve the space. So we're gonna use a copper shim. Get it taut, and then you take a machinist square, make sure my table is flat, and I stoned my square to make sure it's good. So we bring the square over to our rosette, and we get it 100%. No light can come through. When you tighten it, a lot of times it moves, so you gotta kind of tweak it. There. Sometimes I don't tighten it too much, but our square is nice and perpendicular to this location. The location literally doesn't matter. We're setting the location with this tool. So now what we'll do is we'll unclamp the vise and we'll turn it. And in this case, it's 180 degrees. So let me think here. I feel like when we do that, our screw is gonna hit and then we're gonna be stuck. We only got one shot at this, because once you unclamp it, you lose your position. Let me just measure, make sure we're gonna clear. All right, it looks like from measuring this, we are gonna clear. So I'm gonna go ahead and commit to it. So we're gonna take this out. Careful not to bang our square. I'm just gonna clean out this area here. If you were to drop this, this would be bad. So we're gonna take it back over here, making sure not to bump our rosette. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna clear based on my measurements. All right, looks good. Make sure we're nice and square in that vise. Okay, so we're gonna come over here and just tweak it down. I'm not gonna take my hand off of it because if it slips, that'd be bad. And it looks like our We can just squeak in here. And we're not going to touch that rosette. It's close. I'm going to fine tune it and we'll bring you back once it's set. There we go, we got it set. I'm just using an indicator to show you guys. All right, there's some surface imperfections in my rosette, but you can see it's square. All right, a few minutes later, I verified that we're good here. We're within about 5/10, and then going across and traversing to make sure our part is good this way, which it is, so we should be good there as well. I'm gonna redo the center finding and just confirm with my saved data. It should be the same since the shaft is concentric, but we'll double check it, and then we'll go ahead and do the keyways. Well, the shaft turned out really nice. We got it done. We got all of our keys in there. Everything worked out really good. Both of these are within 2/10 of the fit and they're oversized. So I'll polish them, these guys, for the bearings so they're a really nice fit. Other than that, nothing else really matters too much because this we're gonna be boring out of our gear, and then these are within 1/1000ths, and the wheels are cast, so they needed to be honed out just a little bit anyway. Overall, we probably went a little overkill with this shaft. One key probably would work. Now that I'm seeing it in person and the beefiness of the shaft and the short distance between the pillow blocks, I don't think we're gonna have an issue. Honestly, I think our gearbox is probably the weakest link. But hey, now that we made this nice and strong, we don't have to worry about shearing a key or anything like that. So the next step is to go ahead and get this gear bored out and then broach both of our wheels and our key, and then get that part assembled. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video of making those double keyway shafts. Spoiler alert, it worked out really well for us, and you'll be finding that out in the next couple videos. But I'm curious to see if anyone has had any successes or failures doing something similar. So let me know down below in the comments, and we'll see you on the next one.